Whether we like it or not, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes said they were in the market for a wide receiver. And we've looked through the free agency list and there is nobody there. This comes right before they decided to release Denzel Mims with an injury designation. Now, before I get into this video, I want to show some love to the guys at Detroit Den 313, Steve and Will. Congrats for hitting 1K. And also, I did see them talk about this, but I saw it myself. But I don't want you guys to think that I am like prying on smaller creators and taking content away from them. I mean, we all talk about the same thing and the space is very crowded and competitive, but if I was going to talk about it, I was going to talk about it anyway. They just happened to do it before me and there you go. So one of the names that has been coming up as a potential trade or cut candidate is Corey Davis, the wide receiver of the New York Jets. Now this comes from Bleacher Report because Davis could be buried on the depth chart. Says New York may opt for a younger, cheaper option like Brownlee. Releasing Davis would free up $10.5 million in cap space. Now, as far as the Detroit Lions trading for Corey Davis, I don't think that is going to happen. Brad Holmes doesn't have the best track record when it comes to trading for wide receivers. We've got Trinity Benson and now the Denzel Mims experiment that didn't work. However, the Denzel Mims thing, it looks like we're no worse than when we traded for him, as the trade was contingent, the draft capital was contingent on Denzel Mims making the team. Now let's take a look at Corey Davis's stats for his career. He was drafted in 2017 in the first round, pick number 5 overall. And he spent his first 4 years with the Tennessee Titans, which is where I kind of remember him from. And then his last 2 years with the New York Jets. Now, he's played his most games in his second year at 16. He had his best year in 2020, just 16 yards shy of 1,000. That was also his best touchdown year as well. Came close to 1,000. I guess you can count his second and fourth year. And then coming off his time with the New York Jets with less than 500 yards in year 1 and 536 in year 2. Now, as far as Corey Davis is concerned, I wouldn't be mad at this. I mean, if you look at the 2 years he's been in with the Jets, who did he have him throwing the ball? He had Zach Wilson. And Zach Wilson is now at best a number 2 quarterback. So I'm not looking at those numbers and be like, well, he can't do anything and he's washed and all this other stuff that we like to throw out so quickly. The thing about it, though, is if he's cut, like I said, the trade is not going to happen. But if he were to be cut, then that would be something different. Now, here's what he's set to make, that $10.5 million, which is what it would free up in cap space for the New York Jets. Now, like I said, I talked to my guy who runs New York Jets Syndicate, and he said that there is a 30% chance, in his opinion, that Corey Davis is either traded or cut. But it looks like the Jets are becoming the Green Bay Jets or the New York Packers, because you got Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, a couple guys over there that are familiar with Aaron Rodgers. And that's one of the reasons that Corey Davis could be a salary cap casualty heading into 2023. Now, if you look at our cap space right now, we rank 5th under the Cowboys, Cardinals, Bengals, and Panthers with $17.5 million going into the 2023 NFL season. All of our draft picks are already signed, so we don't have to worry about their salaries anymore. So we would leave the Detroit Lions would have almost $7.5 million to work with whatever wide receiver that they were to sign. Me, I'm not mad at this. I wasn't mad at Mims, and it's unfortunate that he got hurt. He was unable to if you get hurt, you're not making the team. That's just how that's going to be, unless you are a number, you were picked in the first round or something like that. You're not going to make the team. So that's unfortunate. But I wouldn't mind Corey Davis, not for a trade, not trading for him. And if they waived him, there's no way he makes it to us, which I think our waiver priority is 18. So he doesn't get that far. But if he's cut, not waived, if I'm Brad Holmes, I would look into Corey Davis. I think he's got potential. He could be wide receiver number 5, just like Mims before him. And the Mims is going to put a little salty taste in our mouth for a little bit, because we're still looking for, we had such high hopes. I know I did for Denzel Mims. I definitely had him making the team if he wasn't hurt. But let me know your thoughts. Corey Davis, if he's cut, not traded for, but if the Jets decide to cut Corey Davis, would you want the Detroit Lions to take a flyer on him? 1 year deal, something like that, maybe a few $1 million. Obviously, he would have to want to come here, but I'm more interested in what you have to say. Do you think that the Detroit Lions should take a flyer on Corey Davis if he is indeed cut? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. The Detroit Lions still need some help at wide receiver. Those aren't my words. Those are from Dan Campbell.